Hello, Aries. Welcome to your February 2022 reading. Today I'm going to do a romance reading with a horseshoe spread. I will also pull some oracle cards from Spirit. I will pull cards in a one-on-one relationship. If you're out of touch with someone, I'll pull some oracle cards from them, if that applies to you. I also have my sex oracle cards. It is coming up on Valentine's Day, so that could be fun. And I have my angel oracle cards for general advice to you. So that's a lot. So I already shuffled these, actually a lot. I shuffled these all off camera, but I'm just doing them once or twice on camera so you can see. I wasn't messing with you. Okay, so to the horseshoe spread. So the horseshoe spread is like a general forecast of your love life, versus the relationship spread is like a specific person in mind. And I have my Greek mythology cards. I like them. In addition to the traditional Rider-Waite. Adjust these for the camera. Okay, so we got your past, present, future, 3 to 4 months out. This is you in a nutshell. This is your environment. This is your hopes and or your fears. And this is your 12th month outcome. Alrighty. So, Aries, it looks like in the past there was some sort of force or manipulation. Yeah, we got the Magician upside down, and then we got Persephone upside down. But part of the Persephone story is that she gets pulled down by Hades into hell against her will to become a wife. And you can kind of see in this card, how she's, being grabbed in that one scene. So with these two cards together, it just looked like there was manipulation in your your recent past. I'll pull some of these. Sometimes I pull these angel cards as advice, and sometimes I'll pull them as like as a tarot card. So I'm pulling them as a tarot card. Don't take it as advice at this point. I know it can be confusing. I get confused sometimes too when it says like this can be the one, and you're like, well, that's not the advice. It was just what you were feeling. So, and a lot of times I feel like these are not so much about the words, but like the thing on the picture when it's a tarot or a divination. So yeah, it looks like you might have even been begging someone, or they might have been courting you. It looks like someone's on their knees kind of asking for forgiveness in the past. Okay. Let's go ahead and be consistent with this. So in the present situation, it looks like interesting. Like this normally comes up when someone has like a divorce or they're out of touch and they're getting back together. It's interesting to see it upside down. So it's like maybe you did get back together, but it's not as good as you thought it would be, or you're longing for a union, but it's not quite there. I think that's it. Yeah. It kind of looks like you're carrying a lot of weight on your plate right now. You're trying to move everything back into how it used to be. It's like you're wanting to move back in, or you're wanting to get back how to what it was. You do have a lot of focus. This girl has like her arrow pointed out, so she knows exactly what she wants, and she has like a hawkeye on it. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Aries. Okay. So, I don't like this card, but, you know, I felt it for myself, and it's not a nice card to have in your future, but, so in your future you got some injustice, the justice card reverse, and you got alchemy, unfairness. The longer story, I'll try to make it short. The story of alchemy is that she has a, she's married, and then at one point she gets raped by a god. The husband assumes that she was cheating, like, consensually, but no, it was rape, and he kicks her out, like, you know, treating her unfairly, misjudging the situation, because it was a god. She couldn't really do anything about it. She was overpowered. Eventually, he forgives her and takes her back in, but not after, like, her living on the streets and not having a very good time outside of the house. So, this is in your 3 to 4 month future. I like to say that you can normally change your future. If you could see, like, you know, there's the bridge out is ahead, you could, you know, turn the steering wheel, go somewhere else, take an exit. I do worry for you though, because when it's major arcana, it tends to be something that is going to happen, regardless of what you try. But I would say still try. If you know something's gonna be treating you unfairly, try to get out of that situation, because you don't deserve that. You do deserve love. You don't deserve to be treated unfairly. I'll pull up one of these cards. Trying to look at this card to see if there's anything of note on it. It kind of looks like she's getting, like, again, I'm pulling this as like a divination card, not necessarily as the words. And it could be that someone tries to engage you, like to lock you in, even though they're not ready. They're just using it as a manipulation tactic. It does look kind of like she's getting, you know, I kind of feel like she's getting her wings clipped, if that makes sense. But it's almost like she's willfully getting them clipped, you know, she didn't fight. But that's the feeling I get off the card. So, I would definitely be careful of the choices you make in the 3 to 4 month future. Maybe because you're wanting something so badly, you're saying, well, I'll just put up with anything to get back with that certain person. And because you're making that choice, they might see that opening to treat you however they want, because they know, frankly, that you're just that desperate to get back with them, so they know that they can take advantage of the situation towards you. Yeah, I know you wanted probably a better love reading than that, but I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I'm just seeing what I see. So if it's not your reading, you could stick around to the next sections of the reading, or, you know, try a different video, a different time. I do have a lot of different oracle cards come up in this, you know. That might be fun. Perhaps the sex cards will be fun for you. So this is you in a nutshell. It looks like you might not feel like you have too much money right now, and it might feel like you're being pulled in a lot of different directions. We got Plutus, wealth upside down, and we got the Chariot in reverse too. So the Chariot, normally when it's right side up, it's about focus, about going in the same direction, but it's upside down, so it's like you got, you know, one person pulling you this way, that's someone pulling you that way, and then you're just being pulled apart. There's no focus, and you're not actually getting anywhere because you're getting pulled 2 ways at once. It could be 2 aspects of your life, maybe 2 different jobs, or your heart pulling you one way or your bank pulling you another way. You have to do two different things, and it's not getting you where you want to be, because you do have the money factor in here. It could be that, yeah, you have too many jobs, too many bills maybe, and that might be affecting your love life. Again, if you feel like you're poor, or you don't have enough, you might open the invitation for people to take advantage of you in that way. Like, well, they don't have the power to take care of themselves, so they're gonna possibly seek to manipulate you. Okay. So we got in your environment. The environment is not necessarily you, but it does affect you. It's like, you know, if it's raining outside, do you put on a raincoat or stay in? What do you do? Well, I mean, the Page of Swords does look like a good environment card. Like, there's mental clarity, but the page is still immature, so it might be mental clarity, but there might still be slip-ups in communication sometimes, so they might not be as quite clear as it could be. In your environment, not necessarily you, people around you, people in your family and your friends and your work area. And we got the Morai, the future. So it looks like someone in your environment might be trying to fight the future, trying to manipulate the future. They're trying to weave around their fate. Not necessarily in the way that it was weaved by the Morai, but in their own way. So that's not necessarily very conducive to love, but it is there. So this is your hopes and your fears. And actually today it looks like you got just 2 fears. So this is just what you think. It's not necessarily a true thing. It might not ever actually happen. It's just something that's on your mind. It looks like you do fear getting left out in the cold. You fear being poor. You fear being abandoned. Sometimes this can be even seen as like an ex-lover and the mistress, or the person that was with them. So you're fearing that kind of stuff, which it's not in your card. So at least it's not true. It's not here. And we got Psyche, doubtfulness. The story with Psyche is Eros was in love with her very passionately and deeply, but she couldn't believe it. She didn't think someone could love her that much, so she ended up cheating on him. It hurt Eros a lot, but eventually with time they got back together because his passion for her was so strong. So it could be that you're, again, I did say that mistress and ex-lover, it might be that your fear is getting cheated on. Your fear might be that it's unrequited love, maybe, or love that people don't believe in. So this is your 12-month outcome. Perseus, gifts, and Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, she is she's above the page in the night. She's the master of emotion, spirituality, and creativity. But she, in the reverse side, can be tapping into her dark side. She might be more manipulative of emotions, manipulating hearts, manipulating situations. She can be very emotional, but like in a negative way. And it looks like that might be how you feel in the future, in 12 months from now. We got Perseus, gifts. Perseus would he would go to battle and find prizes of war, and he would give them to people. But you got it upside down. So it might be that you're wanting to take things that might not belong to you. Looking at this card, the picture version of it, not the words, it does look like it looks like you're tired, and it's a few things. It looks like she's tired. She looks like she's also a little relieved or surrendered. She's overwhelmed. And she looks kind of tied up, like she's trying to protect herself, but that's making her constrained too. So I do feel like you have more of a chance of changing your 12-month outcome if you know you can get your emotions out of control. You know, you are actually the only one that can control them, unless you give your power away to someone else and let them control you. Alright. Let me pause the video for a second and shuffle the cards. Okay, Aries. Next, I will do your one-on-one relationship spread if you have a specific person in mind. And I was shuffling the cards off camera, but I'll do it once on camera. Okay. I'm gonna pull these again for divination, not for advice. Or Aries. Typically the left side is off camera. Typically the left side is you, the cord, and then the right side is the person in mind. Technically this could be any relationship if you wanted to do one on your own, like, you know, between you and your long lost sister, brother, friend, whatever. But in this case I'm doing it in a romantic perspective. You're more than welcome to convert some of these meanings to a different kind of relationship if you want to. And then we got your shared energy in the past, shared energy currently, and future shared energy. Yeah, I feel like I need to move this over. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so for you, Aries, you got the Eight of Cups, and we got Demeter the Mother. So it looks like your energy right now, you're walking away from something. My initial thought was like you're walking away from mothering someone. Maybe you feel like you're doing all the work and you're not on an equal ground with someone, like you're their mother more than their lover. Demeter is also a card of like fertility, creativity. It could be motherhood in general, or it could be like creating something. She has the harvest here. She's creating abundance. But yeah, definitely walking away from something. For your person, we got the Horai, Time, and we got the Eight of Wands in reverse. Well, this is about things happening in the right time, in the right way. It could be that they're taking a time out also, because you got this in upside down, so it's like you're not communicating right now. These also are sometimes seen as falling in the best possible position when it's right side up, but it's like they're in limbo. They're not reaching where they need to get to. They could even be taking a time out and spending time with friends or socializing. Okay, so the past shared energy. We got the Hermit reversed, Hestia, Inner Fire, and we got Reconciliation upside down. So it's either in the past between you guys, there was a reconciliation, or at least the desire for one. It's upside down, so it might not have quite made it. Yeah, I think there was a desire for one, but it didn't happen because you got the Hermit also. You do have that with Hestia, Inner Fire, which is like passion and desire. So there was the desire to be together, but you guys seem to be in hermit mode, alone, isolated, not talking. The Hermit does go into isolation for enlightenment. So there was a reason that you were separated. And you had to figure it out on your own. This is your present shared energy. We got the Knight of Pentacles, Perseus Gifts. That was just in your other spread. Calling in your soulmate. So again, I'm not sure if you guys are are quite together yet, because it's like you're wanting to be together. Maybe you're moving closer to being together, but you're not quite there. One of you guys is trying to win you over with gifts. We're trying to, yeah. Because the Knight, he's a he's a slow mover, but he does offer a gift of money or an object, pentacles, physical things. So it does look like maybe one of you guys is trying to woo the other one with a gift, some sort of like consolation prize or something. I don't know. But you might not be quite on the steady grounds that you're wanting to be on. I'd say to make sure, at least as advice to you, not the reading, but is make sure you're with them because you want to be with them, not because they bought something nice for you. You know, that's at least advice. Okay. So in your future, your shared energy is the Hierophant, Deception reversed, and Protector reversed. So between you and your person, well, this can be a few different ways. The Hierophant, it could be about higher level of spiritual commitment. It could also be like maybe one of you starts to kind of like worship the other one. Either someone is being deceptive in their relationship in the future, or they might be finally getting rid of it because of the higher level, like they took off their mask. I'd be just a little bit on higher alert, just to make sure that no one is being deceptive to you, because deception is not a form of love. Truth, honesty, trust are forms of love, but deception is not one. So if they do that, then they don't love you, they're just using you. Again, that's when the book Bell Hook's all about love, if you want to read it. It almost does feel like someone's like tiptoeing around in the future. Maybe they don't want to say something that will get you upset, or you don't want to upset them. Perhaps one of you guys is I know it sounds terrible. Maybe one of you guys is sneaking around at night because you got this deception out here. But it does look like you got the commitment that you're seeking, even though maybe they might not be fully wrangled down physically. There's the spiritual commitment. Okay, so next I wanted to pull some oracle cards from Spirit, because sometimes the way is that upside down, backwards? Oh, no, I thought it was backwards for a second. Okay, because sometimes the way you feel and the way the person feels are not balanced enough. You might need a bird's eye perspective of what's going on. Sometimes he will feel hurt, but maybe it's not. It's an outer perspective feeling. Let me do it one more time. So, Spirit, what do you guys have about this relationship from your bird's eye view? Again, this is a general reading, so if one of these cards doesn't make sense to you, just leave it. It might make sense to someone else. Okay, so we got spiritual lesson. This person teaches. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Apology. You can expect an apology. You want to hear? Protected. Again, you did have where do we go? You did have this guy in your future, Hercules, as a protector, so that's interesting. You are safe and divinely guided. Fate. When these cards are upside down, sometimes I'll take it as it's either the opposite of or to the extreme. And we'll try to figure that out as we go along. You could also figure it out for yourself in your own life. Fate. This is a destined partnership. Mastery. You've learned a spiritual lesson. Play hard. Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. Addiction. An addiction is affecting the relationship. Finances. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. You did have money, Plutus in reverse in your reading. Vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person. Obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking you from moving forward. Yeah. So, I do like how these came out together. So yeah, it does look like between you two something did happen, and it was for a spiritual lesson, and you might have learned it. The person might have learned their lesson too, and they might be coming around to apologize, to try to make things up. It's up to you if you feel safe enough to accept them back into your life, or if you want to just accept their apology for a sense of closure. But you don't necessarily have to get back with them if you don't want to, of course. I kind of feel like since this fate's upside down, it might be that it might be actually destined for separation. Of course, like I said, it could be the opposite of like a block, or it could be actually to the extreme if you feel like you do need to get back with them. It does kind of bother me that the addiction card and finances card came up. Those are tough things to get over, and you want to think carefully if that's something you want to risk having around in your life. Finances are more easy for you to control. Get a job, find a different job, do something for money in some way, work on your own. You don't need to be financially dependent on someone. You could also try to live a more simple life. Addiction is not necessarily in your control if it's coming from the other person. That addiction might always be there, but it's whether they are able to wrangle it or if they let the addiction control them. If it's your addiction, then it's only something you can control. Being in a relationship won't help it. It's better to solve your addictions before you start in a relationship, but if you're already there, don't depend on the other person to fix you. You have to fix it on your own. Okay. So next I'm going to pull some oracle cards from your person if you're out of touch with a person. Let's see. One of these, okay. Alright, so if you're out of touch with a person, and they're all right side up, no, some of them are upside down. Again, if it's upside down, it could be it's blocked or to the extreme, in a positive sense. So we got, I will wait for a sign from you. I look everywhere for you. You and I were too young. I still have feelings for you. I daydream about a life with you. I miss seeing you. I saved your texts and messages. I pretend you don't mean that much. I focused on you instead of my pain. That's a strange card to get. I was careless with you. I scare myself on that day. I lived my life for you. Finding out the truth crushed me. Please take care of yourself. So if you are out of touch with this person, it could be that they are, going to the grocery store and trying to see if you're around the corner, or, they're driving around on the street and they're like, oh, that's that person's car, like it's the same model as that the person, inside. They might be looking out for you. They might feel like they were too immature in the past to have handled a relationship with you. I'm going to take these ones as to the extreme. It seems like they do have feelings for you. They might even be rewatching those videos and texts that you might have sent them. It looks like maybe they did know they had that addiction or something, and they tried to ignore it, and that sounds kind of weird. Like they thought if they were in a relationship, they thought everything would be okay and they could just like kind of move past it or forget about it, but the pain actually was still there even when they tried to kind of just keep going and not fix anything, It sounds weird. They might have even done something that they didn't know they were capable of when they hurt you. And if there was manipulation, it looks like maybe they were pushing you to do things that they wanted to do for themselves, but I guess maybe they were scared or didn't feel like they could do them on their own, so they tried to make you do them instead. Pull some of these cards too. Interesting. I have a lot of, this is an enormous stack of cards. So again, some of these might not resonate with everyone, but it's what I got for the Aries collective. Alright, so we have additional messages. I want to reconcile. I suppress my emotions. I want an open marriage. This could be like either polyamorous, or maybe they can't decide between two people also. Which it seems like more and more people have multiple partners in a relationship, so if that is something you want to try, you can. But you don't have to. If that's not for you, you don't have to agree to what they want. Sometimes I want to see your lies as I want to just see you. But maybe it could be the fact that they want to see you no matter what. Like even if you lied to them or give them like pretty lies, they'll take it. Which I know sounds kind of weird, but they chose this card to come out. It seems like they might have promised their heart to someone else or something, because they want you and they want someone else, and they can't give you all of their heart. I know that's a weird thing. I'm sorry. We got I'm just a karmic. So a karmic relationship in order to learn a spiritual lesson. Not necessarily someone that's going to be your forever person. They might just be here for a temporary time. You're better off without me. And this is in their opinion. They think you're better off without them. Not necessarily like it's not some spirit. I want to marry you. We have a spiritual connection. We did see that in the relationship spread, that there would be a spiritual connection in the future. That door is closed. There could be something that maybe they're saying their addictions might be under control, or they think that the relationship is closed, like there's no chance. That door is closed. It probably makes sense more to you in a specific situation. You can't hurt me if I'm not around. So maybe they feel safer not being with you. Not necessarily that you were hurting them, but they feel like there was a risk of being hurt. So they're controlling their life, even if it wasn't a valid risk. I want you. Again, it could be either to the extreme or reverse, not at all, depending on how you can interpret that. Can you hear my thoughts? They might be trying to talk with you psychically. You might have a dream with them, or sometimes I'll find if there's someone I'm out of touch with, it's like I might have a song come in my head and I kind of feel like it's from a certain person. Sometimes I think they take over my radio when I'm driving, and like it's like every song seems to be relevant from a specific person. Their soul might be trying to send you a message. I dreamt you into reality. It could be that they feel that you're not in touch with them right now. You know, you're not part of their reality right now because it's upside down. I don't have time. It seems like they might feel too busy. Maybe they're too busy working on themselves to be with you. Alright. Let me pull this card aside. Alright, I know this will be a change of pace. Perhaps a wanted change of pace. I'll pull some of my Eros cards for you. So this could be something that maybe you want, maybe you don't realize you want. It could be something that maybe your partner wants. And again, it's a general reading, so maybe not all of these will hit with you. So take what sparks your desire. Eros is the god of passion, creation, fertility, creativity. Alrighty, so we got make me cry, intimacy, burn me, seduce me with your words, body hair, toys, patience, whining and dining, candles, worship me, clamp it down, in inappropriate places. I don't see if there's anything necessary that needs explanation. Inappropriate places could be like more like, I don't know, the grocery store or park or something, that somewhere you're not supposed to be getting frisky, but you know, they wanting to get the excitement of maybe getting caught. Worship me is, sex not with hands, it's like, only with tongue to be worshipped. Look it up in Urban Dictionary. They do seem to like having the whining and dining, so it is more just about the physical experience. Either for you or the person you want, to be worked up to. You don't want to just have to, you don't want to get straight to business. You want to build up that desire. Yeah, patience. Again, you don't want to just jump into action. You want to work into it, and you might even want to make multiple dates before you actually get busy. Looks like one of you guys does have some sort of pain aspect that they like. It does give people sometimes a sense of control. Body hair, simple enough, like not to shave. Sometimes they feel like it's either more natural or they feel more like an adult. It feels more complete. And they do like toys, so you could ask them to go to a toy store with you if you wanted to. Alrighty. So next, my Aries, let me pull some angel advice cards for you. Shuffle these. Okay. I actually picked up 2 of these, but alrighty. So the angel advice cards for you. I did pull, this is like a career hobby thing too, but I pulled it for you anyways. Study. Reading, research, education can help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. If you do feel like you want to apply this towards romance, you can. Interesting. You got another career card. So if you are feeling like you didn't have that much money and that might be affecting your romantic partner choices and your relationship, it could be that maybe you do need to try to get a different job, and once you level up in your finances, you will energetically connect and attract people that will treat you better when you have the money and the power that you need on your own. Career transition. Archangel Camuel. Your life purpose is triggering a blessing career change. Okay. Jade. Wellness. The recovery of health and wellness is here. Advice to you. You can also wear jade jewelry if you want, as a physical reminder to you to take care of your health. This jade right here in the picture is green, but jade can come in a lot of different colors. It could be light green, orange. I think there's red jade. Yeah, there's red jade too. I do have jade jewelry in my jewelry shop if you want to check it out, that I make on my own. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So I got this as advice to you. And you did have addictions in your spread. So whether it's your addictions or your partner's addictions, I guess I do want to really make it aware to you. Like if you didn't get the message the first few times, they're slamming it back in your face. Like they are here. I mean, it's almost like it's something you can't control. So if it's the other person, it's there. I pull second card. Religious factors, but I got this as advice. So this could be This could be when you are seeking a romantic partner. You might want to find someone that is more spiritually compatible with you. I've done it myself in the past, you know, like where I wasn't even that spiritually aware, but like I believed in something like ghost, or, you know, something not that extreme. And I was dating an atheist, and he actually broke up with me because he wanted someone that was more like-minded to him. I was actually very insulted at first, but I mean, he wanted someone that thought more like him, so, you know, that's it. You could try to give it a shot if you want to be with someone who has a different belief system. Sometimes people will be more open-minded, but sometimes, like, at the end of the day, they just want someone more like them. And it's not to blame someone, you know, like, if they haven't had a vision or haven't sensed anything energetically, then of course it doesn't make sense to them. It's beyond their experience, and they cannot empathize with something that they have not felt for themselves, which is completely justified. Like, I mean, I used to think that visions were just like a nice romantic metaphor until I had one. I was like, oh, you know, there's always something that, like, oh no, that's just too extreme. That can't be actually real. But then, like, I have it happen to myself. I'm like, oh man, I feel bad for telling people that was, like, you know, that wasn't possible. So, I mean, not everyone will have a religious life path either. So it's up to you to choose based on that. I also pulled these as advice to you. We got Hercules' Strength and Pontus the Unknown. So it looks like maybe you are being reminded that you have more strength than you need. Yeah. You might not have tapped into your strength yet. Maybe you kind of held it back. But to make whatever choice you gotta make, you have the strength and support that you need. And we got Pontus the Unknown. It looks like you might be being pushed to embrace the unknown, whether that's in the career path or maybe it's being single and trying to find someone else. You know, you might be comfortable with who you know, and that's why, you know, you're sticking with them because you know them, but you might be scared to try something new. Like, what if the next person isn't as compatible? What if the next person isn't nice? Or at least this guy, you know, comes home at night. You know, you might be thinking that, you know, the devil you know is better than the unknown, but there actually could be a lot better options once you decide to open your eyes and try to look for them. Whether that is with a specific person or it could be career. Yeah, and even if it is career, like, I've seen a lot of times where people will change their jobs and come back a few months later because they, you know, came back. Most employers will be like, well, that person already knows how to do everything, so they'll hire them back, especially during the pandemic because it's so hard to find employees right now. But I do think it's worth trying something new because you don't know how much better things can be, and if it turns out really bad, you could typically just go back. Leave on good terms. Don't just, like, walk out and, you know, say this is my last day. Give them a 2 weeks notice and they have really no reason to, you know, not take you back. Alright, just in case you wanted this, if you have a question of timing, when will something happen, I'm going to pull 2 cards. If you have 2 questions, you can have, you know, 2 questions, or you can pick between A and B for your timing question. So when will A happen? When will B happen? September. It's actually kind of the same, isn't it? So it looks like something for you is going to be happening in 9 months in September. This is a February reading, so it's like 2 plus 9. Okay, no, so they're not quite the same date. Okay. Alrighty, Aries, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you liked this video. Hope it was worth your time. If it made sense to you at all, if it helped you, feel free to like the video if you want. Like I said, if you want to check out my online store jewelry, I have that, you know, also. I'll put it in the comments. Alright, thank you. Bye.